What is going on, Multiversers? Welcome back to the channel. We got massive news to go over in today's video. It is all about the mid-season update. There's so much to go over that if I literally went over everything in today's video, this would be about a 5-hour video. And since we don't have that much time, I just picked out a bunch of random some of the more important things from this patch, and I'm gonna, well, share this information with you guys because the update is live today. So let's start with this one. Agent Smith joins the Multiverse. If players have completed enough tiers in the Beat Rifts Get Agent Smith free event, they can begin playing with Agent Smith as early as July 8th. Next week, what is that, Tuesday? Monday? I don't know the dates, but next week, I think it's Monday. Next week, we can play as Agent Smith if you've beaten enough bosses, and we have more information about rifts, so stay tuned, but so it's pretty cool. Agent Smith, new character, next week. I'm already excited, and I'm not the biggest Matrix fan in the world. Next up, here's just a random assortment of changes and additions that are coming to the game. Things such as Battle Pass tiers can now be purchased with Gleamium. Yes, this was something people were actually asking for, so I mean, if it's just an option, so cool, it's in the game. I don't know if I'd ever use it personally, but it's an option, so that's always good. They added a daily free item in the store. All you have to do is go over to the store, go wherever it is, probably located at the top or something, click it, and you get a free reward. Most likely, it's either going to be like toast or perk currency. Please no. They should do fighter currency often. Maybe Gleamium from time to time would be kind of cool, but you know, free item every single day. That's not bad. But then fighter select portraits have been changed from their 3D to 2D renders. For fighters only, variants will retain the 3D renders. I know a lot of people were kind of bummed with the 3D art. I didn't think that was that bad, but okay, they changed it, cool. They also added an option to edit perks in custom game modes, and then they added an option to turn on and off both outline colors and team colors in PvP and PvE. Boom, thank you. Like I mentioned, we got some other Rift news, so how about this? The Megalodog PvE Rift is now available, starting today, obviously. Future rifts have also been added, and they will unlock later in the season, called Age of Smith Rift, and then a triple threat rift. I don't have the image of what this rift looks like, so my first guess, does this have to do with Powerpuff Girls? Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but it is interesting nonetheless. But then we got other rift updates. Rift cauldrons, you know, the things at the bottom of your rift, if you completed like 100 out of 100, you get like a rift cauldron. Well, they're now being called rift star meters, and star meters can now be completed by collecting 72% of available stars, which is down from 80%. So they're making it easier to get these rift star meters, which is kind of cool, making the game a little bit easier. So I like that. Daily gem rewards now appear on a rift for each attunement of the day. So that's kind of cool. I like the addition, or I like the change there. They added, you guys can see the rest. I don't need to go over every single one of these because, again, I will be here forever. But the last one that's interesting, defeated boss requirements have been lowered to unlock Matrix Code Superman, Matrix Code Bugs Bunny, and Matrix Code Jake variants. So they were like towards the very end of the Beat Rifts Unlock Agent Smith Rift event. Those were additional rewards after Agent Smith. So I guess they're moving them closer towards after when you unlock Agent Smith. So you're just gonna unlock them a bit quicker than before. Good change. Next up, we got some, we'll call them setting changes, and here's some new things or old things that are coming back. So input preferences, they are reintroducing some of the input preferences that were popular during the open beta, and things that they added: customizable input buffer timing, customizable control stick input dead zones, both left and right, excuse me, swap side and neutral attack inputs for ground or air, which is a big one. So there's a lot of good changes that are coming, so really go mess around with your settings. You know, this game's gonna feel a lot different with all these new customizable options. Now let's talk about some stages or maps. Of course, we mentioned this in yesterday's video, but the Court 2, which is the daytime version of the Space Jam Court, has now been added to the game in rotation when you play like PvP. Now, it's also in PvE in a couple of the rifts, but it is now in PvP. But some other changes they made: the Cromulons stage, the 2v2 variant, the main stage, and side speakers, the width have been increased by 20%. The blast box size has increased by 10%. The 1v1 variant, the main stage width has increased, and blast box size has also increased. So it sounds like the stage is bigger. I'm all for it. Make the stage a little bit longer, a little bit bigger, because some of these stages do feel a little bit cramped. So that was something that I did personally, and I know a lot of people out there as well were hoping that they would kind of, you know, make the stages feel bigger, because they kind of adjusted the character sizes, but the stages kind of felt the exact same. So I'm glad that they're doing this. They did some stuff with Dexter's Laboratory 1. That's the side-scrolling one, so, you know, read that if you're excited about that. Not my favorite stage, I'll be honest with that. Throne Room got some changes. Townsville, maybe the most important one. Mojo Jojo increased interval between attacks, so he's not attacking you every 0.5 seconds. Finally. I don't mind Mojo on the stage. It just, if I'm fighting an opponent, I'd rather it just be the opponent and not Mojo, you know? Now we're gonna move on to some character balance changes, and again, there were so many that I cannot go over every single one because we'll be here for another 14 days, and I have something more important to do in, well, 13 days. But the important thing is I picked out a couple random ones. I think some of the more important ones, I don't know how to put that any better, so we'll start with Black Adam. His grounded up attack, Lightning Strike projectile, now applies a 4-second cooldown. So, am I reading that right? If you get hit, the Lightning Strike itself now has a 4-second cooldown? What does it mean? The Lightning Strike projectile is grounded up attack. Yeah, the Lightning projectile now applies a 4-second cooldown. I don't know. I think it means you can't just spam it as easy as you could. Maybe I'm misreading that, but if that's what it means, good. Because I hate facing Black Adams that all they do is grounded up attack. It's annoying. Any Rick Sanchez players, any mains out there? Yeah, Rick, well, here's something interesting. He's getting his Bit of a Stickler Meeseeks signature perk back. This is kind of cool. I like this. I've messed around with this one from time to time, so it's kind of cool. But if you never knew what it did, well, luckily it says right there on screen. The perk effect is Rick's Meeseeks will deal extra damage to fighters that are already in hit stun. So that's kind of cool. And then they changed something with his air and grounded side special, his portal gun. Addressed several issues for portals where fighters could be trapped indefinitely or teleported off screen without being wrung out. So I guess they fixed a little bug with that, so that's kind of cool. But Rick is getting one of his signature perks back. Next up, we're going to go over Shaggy and his air up special. So they changed a couple things about this. Up first, the damage reduced. It used to deal 10. Well, now it only deals 9. So 1 less damage. Okay, maybe not the biggest deal. But the grounded version of his up special has actually remained unchanged. This is only applied, his uppercut in the air is the only thing that's getting a damage reduction. The knockback has also been reduced. It used to be 1500 and is now down to 1400. And his grounded up special, again, has been unchanged from this. So everything for his air up special is only being applied to the air version of his uppercut. Knockback has been made more horizontal as well. So there's some Shaggy changes for his uppercut. Next up, the Joker. Here's a list of a bunch of things on screen, but let's pick one. How about the very top one, General. His grounded side dodge distance has been reduced. We've all faced the Jokers that love sliding around and dodging left and right, and they go a little bit too far. It's almost like you're facing the Joker and he's just doing the cha-cha slide the entire match, right? Anybody else? I'm sure most people have at least come across Joker players that do this, right? So his side dodge distance has been reduced. Something at the bottom down there, his Joker's wild card perk, or his wild card perk. The knockback scaling has been reduced. It was 27, it is now down to 21. So, you know, you can see a bunch of the other things on screen, but, you know. And let's finish off with Wonder Woman. 2 things to mention from Wonder Woman. She has, I think, she might have had the most changes or buffs or nerfs to her overall character. So up first, let's talk about some nerfs. That would be her grounded side special. The self-applied armor now falls off after the initial dash. I made a video on this 2 weeks ago. It's like Multiversus was reading my mind, or they watched the video. Either one. I said, hey, change this, and then Multiversus goes, okay, we'll change it. Thank you, Multiversus. Thank you, Dev, for watching my video. They didn't, but, you know, I'll still take credit for it. But the repeat move lockout has also increased to 18 frames. It was at 8, so it's a big difference, so good. So she can't just keep being rewarded for spamming the move over and over. And then her air and ground down special, the one where she gives herself and her teammate armor. This one, the double Wonder Woman, nobody cares about story time. What did they change about it? The cooldown has increased from 33 seconds, or up to 33 seconds. It was 28, so 5 additional seconds on the cooldown. And then the Shield of Athena perk, if anyone cares, fixed an issue where Wonder Woman could block ally projectiles. But, you know, the ground and air down special has been increased, which is good. I still think I don't know. Maybe they need to increase it more. We'll have to wait and see and play around with it, but there's a whole list of changes, whole lot of stuff. I don't have the link because this wasn't actually on the website. This was in Discord. So if you check the Discord, go to the Multiversus Discord and under patch notes and you'll find it. But that's all I got for this one. So I hope you enjoyed. Okay, bye.